Okay, so to say that Ramayana is all about human morality, that's, I think, a catastrophic error. It is almost like saying that you use a nuclear reactor to boil some water. Doesn't make any sense. Ramayana is all about surrender and love and devotion. There's nothing to do with morality. Those who say that Ramayana is about morality or moral ethics, I think they are downgrading Ramayana to the platform of human ego. And that's all. Why this is, why or how this happened in history, that a textbook, a pastime of Lord Ram, which is an integral part of our culture and which was supposed to help us go near Lord Ram and help us to surrender and love him, it just downgraded to a mere book of morality. How this happened, we'll just discuss it in a few moments. But I want to make this point that all the incidences in Ramayana points out to surrender and love. It's not that because Ram left the kingdom not just to show that the purpose of life is to follow your dad's order. That's not the point there. Or maybe he wanted to show that you should accept one wife, or maybe he wanted to show always serve your parents. That's of course clear nonsense. You can learn all this from your grandfather. You don't need Lord Ram to come here. When Lord descends to this material world, you have to understand that he does so to establish a cosmic order, dharma. He comes here to establish dharma. He doesn't come here to establish mundane religious principles, mundane order. Now, dharma is also divided into two things. One dharma is mundane social dharma, which we generally call as niti or morality. Another dharma is parodharma, that means love and surrender. That was his purpose, to come here and show us and teach humanity how to surrender to him. In fact, many commentators on Ramayana, when they comment on Ramayana, I mean to say absolutely no commentator, he mentions this point that Ram has come to teach mundane morals. Now you might ask, fine, we say Maryada Purushottam, and that's it, that's there. Maryada means morality, but that's absolutely dead wrong. Ram is called Maryada Purushottam because he wanted to come and establish the limits. Maryada means the limits of love. That's what he wanted to show. How to love God remaining in your limits. Don't cross the line, otherwise you'll end up doing offense against Lord Ram. And the classical example for this is Sugriv. Sugriv, he, out of his loving sentiments, he actually, uh, um, uh, when Lord Ram and Lakshman came to 𝗙liche, he offered a seat to Lord Ram. But actually he forgot to offer seat to Lakshman. And Hanuman sensed that Sugriv is doing an offense, because to respect Ram without giving respect to Lakshman, that's a clear offense. Now Hanuman, to save Sugriv from that offense, he immediately went and he brought a beautiful sandalwood tree trunk for Lakshman to sit, and Sugriv was saved from that offense. There are many examples of this where you can understand, and Ram is teaching how to surrender to him and love him, staying within the limits. The limits of devotion is to serve the servants of God first and then the God. Then God accepts your service. Lord Ram will accept your service, otherwise he'll not accept your service. There's one other example. Lord Ram promised to kill Bali for Sugriv, and he said, "You go and fight with Bali." Sugriv went and he fought with Bali, and Lord Ram said, "I will just stand behind the tree. I will just be hidden and shoot him, kill him while you're fighting. So don't worry." Lord Sugriv was very apprehensive because he knew that Bali is very strong. Bali is the same person who actually defeated Raman long back. He was quite afraid, but nevertheless he went and challenged him and fought, and Ram didn't shoot Bali. And Sugriv he actually just escaped from the clutches of Bali, uh, almost on the verge of death. And he said to Ram, "Hey Ram, you know what? You didn't kill him, you didn't shoot, and I was about to die." Ram said, "Well, the point is, I couldn't recognize you because you and Bali are brothers, and I mean to say, you're anyway monkeys, and and it was difficult for me to recognize you. So do one thing, wear a garland. He asked Hanuman to give a garland to Sugriv, and so that he could identify Sugriv. But the point was not identification, because Lord Ram, he is God. He knows you better than you. He could have easily shot Bali, but he wanted to save Sugriv for an offense. When he went to fight with Bali, he took blessings of Lord Ram, but he didn't take blessings of Hanuman, who is the best servant of Lord Ram. And to save Sugriv from that offense, Ram asked Hanuman to garland Sugriv. In other words, give him blessings to win. And that's how he won the show. Now, that is setting the limits of love and prema. So that is why he's called Maryada Purushottam. He's not a moral man. He's God. Now, one thing, anyone who is trying to propagate Ramayana as a book of moral conducts, he's actually doing an offense. Actually, it's a grave offense. It's not just a mistake, it's a grave offense. Why? Because you're trying to bring Ram, an epic, to the level of mundane human ego. And why do people do this? They do this because I think people are terrified of surrender to God. Because when you surrender to God, you might have to sacrifice many things. Like Sita, you might have to enter fire. Like Lakshman, you have to leave your kingdom. And like all the devotees, you might have to annihilate your ego. And that is terrifying. And that's why I think society, TV serials, they actually pulled down Ramayana from the platform of spiritual platform of surrender to a level of mundane human ego. And that's what happened in the history. And that's where everybody now in the present day, they talk as if Ram came to teach, how to respect elders. That was not his purpose. Absolutely not his purpose. Now, to prove this, that Ramayana is not a tale of morality, there are three beautiful examples. If Ramayana was a tale of immorality, Lord Ram's actions seem highly immoral, at least from external point of view. Why? First example, for example, this Bali. Ram shot him while hiding behind the tree. Now, everybody knows dharma, morality. It says when somebody challenges you to fight, you can't hide and shoot arrows. You have to go face to face. If you are a Kshatriya, you have to go face to face and fight. But Ram didn't do that. From a social point of view, it's completely immoral. 𝗙liche came and she proposed Lord Ram and Lakshman. As Kshatriya, they are supposed to accept the proposal. But Lord Lakshman, he actually cut off his nose on the advice of Lord Ram. This is highly immoral. If you see from modern standpoint point of view, a woman comes and proposes you for date, and you cut off his nose. It seems absolutely nonsense. It's not just immoral; it's absolute nonsense. But Ram did. Why he did? He did it not. He did it to show that if you approach God with lust, then God will not accept your service. The proposal of 𝗙liche was service to God, but she came with lust, with her own passion, and Lord Ram wanted to teach. Well, that's okay. He would have accepted her if she would have approached her without lust, but she didn't do that. And moreover, she came and she was about to kill Sita, and that was a big thing. She did an offense against the devotee of Lord Rama, and he couldn't tolerate that. He wanted to teach to the world, if you do my offense to my devotee, I will not tolerate you. He shot an arrow hiding from behind, just to show that I am the maker of rules and I don't need to follow any rules. He told Bali, well, you know what, I know that it's not fair to shoot arrows hiding behind, but the point is, you are talking about rules, but I am the maker of rule, and I can make and I can take away the rules. It's my wish. I'm God. That's what he wanted to show. The third example, he abandoned his wife. That's completely immoral. She was pregnant. She was his wife. and he abandoned in the forest. Nobody's going to accept this. But Ram wanted to show by this immoral act that for the sake of establishing the limit of prema, to show this word what is love, he actually did a sacrifice of his own happiness. Sita Ma, she sacrificed her own happiness to be with Ram, and they separated to show the world what it means to love God in separation. That's what they wanted to show. So that's why if you see Ramayana, these are just three examples. If you read whole Ramayana, it's obvious that Ramayana is that you'll be convinced that Ramayana is not about morality. In fact, incidences of Lord Ram are highly immoral from external point of view. So if you say, okay, Ramayana is all about morality, it's a tale of morality, dead wrong. It's absolutely wrong. Mathematical calculation of events doesn't show this. Then what is Ramayana all about? Ramayana is all about surrender to God. Ramayana is all about leaving your material ego. Surrender to God, even if it demands extreme sacrifice, even if it demands annihilation. You should be able to do that. And then that surrender develops to love. Ramayana is absolutely not about morals. Anybody who says this is dead wrong. He is, by the way, not just mistaken, he is doing an offense and trying to pull a spiritual subject into mundane morality. I think that is like accepting, reducing God to a normal human involved in human ego, who is who is uh, who is just busy comforting others and caring about mundane feelings of others. That's absolutely ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. So, from now, please never say Ramayana is all about morality. Please never read those books which are professing Ramayana is about morality, because that's not only wrong, that's offensive, and that can destroy devotion, and also it harms our culture. It harms the whole purpose of Ramayana, which Lord Ram did. Hare Krishna.